What's up everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at America's first and only plug-in hybrid minivan. This is the 2023 Chrysler Pacifica Limited. Also is equipped with the S appearance package. MSRP is about $61,000 as well. So if we go ahead and pop the hood, we can take a look at what is going to power this hybrid. So underneath the hood, you get a hybrid V6. It's making 260 horsepower with 262 pound-feet of torque. It's a 3.6 liter engine. You can also expect about 520 miles of range. On average, you're gonna get about 32 miles per gallon with this car. Now, if we take a look at the styling, you got a really nice set of LED headlights. You can just see the DRL, nice blacked out design to them, fitting super nicely to the bodywork. Got a blacked out grille, forward-facing camera, blacked out Chrysler badge as well. Really nice design within the mesh, and then some pretty sharp and clean lines throughout this front bumper. You can also see trim down below that with your fog lights, some more of this gunmetal gray color, and then a blacked out lower grille with more parking sensors and your safety sensor. Overall, this actually is a really good looking vehicle. It's got a pretty aggressive front end. Definitely looks like an angry car, which is pretty sweet to see. The hood has some sharp lines on it as well, just to give it more of that aggressive appearance. So they did a good job giving you something sporty for being a family-friendly vehicle. If we make our way to the side, you get a nice set of 18-inch wheels finished off in a satin gray color. Parking sensors wrapped around the front bumper, some sharp body lines throughout this front end as well, and then some really clean lines throughout the lower portion of these doors, and one sharp one cutting through these door handles and then fades away towards the back. Now you're going to get all black trim surrounding the windows just to give it a very clean look. Body colored door handles, and then more black trim surrounding this mirror. You can see an integrated turn signal as well as the camera, and then we even have a panoramic roof up on top. Moving to the entire side profile, of course, it kind of looks like what you would expect any minivan to look like. However, it's got a shorter front end, and it just kind of falls off at the back. So I think it does give it a really good look from the side. I like how all the lines come together. And in back, you even got this black trim piece to kind of just wrap around this glass to make it look really unique. You can also see how the spoiler is integrated up on top with a third brake light. Got the wiper back here as well, and then your LED taillights. I do like how they're connected through this gloss black bar, blacked out logo right in the center, and a cool LED bar as well. Got some more sharp lines throughout it. All of your parking sensors are back here with dark trim on the lower portion. See, of course, the badging on the left and right, and then the handle right in the center. So if we go ahead and take a look at some cargo space, pressing that button once is going to open up this lift gate. And then with the third row up, you have a lot of storage under here. You can fit all sorts of groceries in here without even affecting that third row seat. Now from here, we have two different handles, and if these headrests are up, they're actually going to automatically pop down when pulling this number 1. So doing that, and then we pull this one, and the whole seat folds away. So now we have so much more cargo area in the back of this car, which is a really good touch. Of course, this seat will do the same thing. From here, we can just lift this up and pull the seat back to where it belongs. On this left side here, you can see our cable in here for the charger. You can also option this car with a vacuum. Got some storage down here, and then the button right there to go ahead and close it. Now, being a van, of course, you're gonna have those sliding rear doors. You can just tap the key fob button, and it's gonna automatically open this up. You can also just grab the handle once, it'll do the same exact thing, and then you can get a better idea of the second row seat. You're gonna have dual captain's chairs with armrests that are gonna fold down, nice black leather, perforations in the center, and white piping, and I love the screens that are gonna flip up. You have a remote here as well, just like any other smart TV. So really cool, you can keep everyone entertained back here and keep them nice out of the way. Now in the center, there's also an area that will pull out with storage as well as cup holders, and you can just see kind of the overall layout. Now if we pull this recline lever, that'll fold down nice and flat, or we can lift it up and pull this one, and that will slide to give you better access into the third row. Now if I go ahead and climb into these third row seats, as you can see, the headrests down give you better driver visibility, but of course you can pop them up. You're gonna see cup holders and storage. We have USB ports as well, and then a manual sunshade. Dome lights up on top with your air vents. And as you can see, pretty roomy back here at 5'11". I'm sitting in here, nice and comfortably. There's also a strap you can pull that will recline the seat, probably like 6 or 7 inches. So honestly, this is a pretty good place to hang out, even for a full-grown adult. And then if we go ahead and take a look at the second row, given you have captain's chairs, you can actually squeeze through the center and make your way into the second row seats. So from here, you're gonna notice you have really good leg room. I love this button right here. You just press it and it's gonna completely close for you. Now that recline lever you can pull, of course, and recline the seat quite a lot to just really lounge out and enjoy your time. Now you're gonna have a sunshade as well, climate control air vent, you have your window control, and then over on the passenger side, you have climate controls up on top to control fan speed as well as temperature. So pretty roomy back here, really no complaints at all. You can either press the button or just pull the lever once and it's gonna automatically open up that door. So for sure that second row and third row are incredibly user-friendly for the family. Loading up kids in the back, not even gonna be an issue. So we can either grab the handle or just wanna press the button once, go ahead and close that door. Now on to the owner of the car where they are gonna be spending their time. As you can see, a nice interior in here as you would expect. Got some leather and padding, your armrest and grab handle, and then you can see all of your controls, memory seating and release handle, a little bit of storage down below, and there's even storage for your wet umbrella. Now you're gonna see power controls on the driver's seat and passenger seat, smooth black leather, piping, all the perforated leather as well, and that S badge up on top. If I go ahead and hop into this car now, so sitting up here, just moving the seat a tad back, it is a pretty comfortable place to be. We have push button start, go ahead and press that. You don't really hear anything turn on immediately just because it's all electronic for right now, being a hybrid. But on the gauge cluster, you're gonna see a power percentage gauge on the left with your charge, fuel on the right, and in the center, you're able to configure all sorts of different things. You see a lot of different information that'll pop up within the car, and then continue down to more information. So kind of what you would expect to see in any Chrysler vehicle with just all the information throughout the car. Along the steering wheel, you're gonna see cruise control on the right with your forward pacing, Bluetooth and audio controls, volume was on the back side along with track tuning on the left, then your stock on the right for windshield wipers, and then turn signal on the left. You have all your headlight controls over here with one of your air vents, some black material throughout the dashboard, got some stitching on it, and then our new infotainment screen. So you can scroll through, see a few different things that are gonna pop up. Home menu, you can add a few customized widgets, you have navigation, a few more shortcuts, you have your audio information, all of your comfort settings for all the climate that are gonna pop up, navigation, phone integration, and then tapping this icon right here, you're gonna be able to see a few more cool features. Now, fam cam is really neat. As you can see, we can get a good look at the second and third row, just to keep an eye on what is going on behind you. We also have the surround view camera to view your car with your top down. You can go through all sorts of different screens, kind of just see everything around the car. Of course, backup camera is integrated into that. If you go under eHybrid, you're able to see a few different things within the car, your driving history, power flow, and then a few more things that are gonna come up right there. Now, there are shortcuts up on top for the heated and ventilated seating along with the steering. So it is kind of annoying. You do have to go into the screen every time to make those adjustments. Now down below, there are climate controls for the fan speed and temperature. They have easy access to. However, just the seat controls, you're gonna have to go through the screen. Now there's also controls right here for parking sensors, volume tuning, a few more, your gear selector, and then down below, there's a little bit of storage and plugs. We have wireless phone charging down here with more storage and plugs, and then your two cup holders and extra storage space right back here. These are also captain's chairs, so you're gonna have adjustable armrests. There's more storage down below, and then a nice sized glove box over there. Up on top, we get a full panoramic sunroof. You can see that huge sunshade. We have a sunglass holder, all of your controls, dome lights, and then your mirror. All right, so setting off now in the Hybrid Pacifica. And that's right up to 50 miles an hour. This thing is actually pretty quick. I really like on the screen I'm on right now, you're able to see the charged power as well as the engine. So you can kind of see, if I hit the brakes, it charges, give it a little bit of throttle, the electronic motors go, but then the engine will kick in as well. So really cool to see the seamless integration of the hybrid motor along with that gas engine propelling the car. I've been getting around 30 miles per gallon too, and that's even me flooring it quite a bit. So kind of cool to see just how well the hybrid works in this car, and it does give you a nice power delivery. This is a car that actually can get out of its own way. When you are driving it, you're gonna find it's really comfortable in here. You have a huge windshield. I love the extra pieces of glass. I mean, honestly, visibility out the front is fantastic. Even looking over your right and left shoulders, you really don't have any crazy blind spots. There's a lot of windows on this to where it's just really easy to see around. It's also pretty insulated, going 50 miles an hour. You don't really hear much wind noise or road noise. It's a really comfortable place to be. When you are taking quicker turns as well, it feels pretty confident to where it's a nice car. It's not just like all over the place, hard to handle. It's a smooth driving minivan. It's planted, it's comfortable. Tech's also pretty decently easy to work. Only downfall, I wish to get to your vented seats, heated seats, like things like that, I wish there was a button right here. You know, they have the resources to do that. So if you're on another screen, you just have to go into comfort and then click it, or just click the shortcut up here and then make your adjustment. So I wish that was a little bit easier. Other than that, pretty simple to use in here. You do have a lot of leg room, foot room, everything like that. The seat gets really comfortable too, especially with the armrests on it. You can just rack up the miles in this Pacifica and you really don't have to get stressed out or anything. It's relaxing to be in, comfortable, and you have all the amenities and all the nice technology as well. The radar cruise control and everything works well too. So it seems like a pretty cool car. You know, I can see the appeal of this. It's definitely a good place to be in. If we hit a big bump, yeah, you can tell it's just a nice solid foundation of a platform to where it's just not bouncy. Doesn't feel cheap in here. It feels like a decently luxurious van. Obviously $60,000, good chunk of change. This is up there with some maybe even premium SUVs. So you would expect to get a nice interior for the money, and I feel like you do. I feel like, you know, it's a car that I wouldn't mind just going on a long trip, and with the kids in the back, of course. You know, you turn that fam cam on and you can make sure nobody is picking on anybody back there. So really cool touch. I think you have a lot of the cool amenities that you wouldn't normally think you need, but they've really catered this car towards the family, towards the fact that you're going to be having kids in the back. And I like how these are so easy to operate. That is just really, really cool.